Hey, so I work as a licensed clinical social worker in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and California. I'm working on Texas, Illinois, and Florida, Michigan, Wisconsin, so many others. We're actually going to have a social work compact, but so far as I didn't check it today, but Pennsylvania is not participating. So that means I can't participate unless your home state participates. You can't participate. I was reading a John Mearsheimer book, How We Think. No, I'm sorry, How States Think. And he used a term, I think it was psychological political scientist, or was it a political psychologist? I think it was political psychologist. Either way, it kind of affirmed this notion that I have that, in fact, politics and uh, psychology are deeply related. I mean, of course they are, because for me, political science is just psychology on a much larger scale. You know, certainly, who could deny that Donald Trump's psychological state doesn't completely impact um, the politics of the United States and also of the world? Nobody knows what he's going to do next. And so, yeah, it behooves us, I think, to think about it, talk about it. And if you look at, like, J, what's his name, Robert J. Lipton, who wrote Nazi Doctors. He got involved in politics, or I think there were 27 or so mental health professionals, including psychiatrists and psychologists, who wrote a warning about Donald Trump back during the first administration. But yeah, so, and then I was going to mention Ed, Ed Wilson uh, wrote a book called Consilience. The late Ed Wilson, he wrote about ants a lot, but I think maybe bees, perhaps. But yeah, he had this idea called consilience, which I don't know if it's his idea, but that was the name of the book. And he was saying, I think it's called Consilience, the Unity of Knowledge, where all kinds of knowledge are related. I love that idea, even though I didn't agree with most of any of what um, Ed Wilson had to say, E.O. Wilson. But so, like, if you look at the fact that let's look at what Trump's doing right now. Okay, supported the genocide of the people in Gaza, supported the uh, murdered the Ayatollah of Iran, if I'm not mistaken. I think that my impression was that whole so-called assassination attempt was a hoax. Nobody's investigating that. There's no one, like, where are the, and I mean the White House journalists, they were all there that evening, or most of them anyway. And it seems to me like they're more interested in being at a lavish, opulent dinner than they are in actually reporting on somebody who allegedly was supposed to be coming to shoot them, or shoot the president right in front of them. But do you really hear about that story now? It's all resolved. It's over. That's one of the things that we do here in this country, is we just move right along. Nothing to see here. Now, I like to listen to a lot of dissident thinkers. Noam Chomsky, of course, he's out of commission. Then there's uh, John Mearsheimer, Glenn Greenewald. The list goes on and on and on. Michael Parenti just died. Um, and Chris Hedges. And usually describe the United States as a declining empire. I think Cornel West said we're the 68th empire. And we're really, we're not able to really handle Iran, a country of 92 million people. May have been able to go into Venezuela and just kidnap the Maduro and his wife, but and yeah, they were able to so-called decapitate the Iran government, but they just put somebody else in place, his son. If you think about how much white supremacy has to do with this, like Obama had a deal with Iran, but Trump could not accept that. He's not going to accept that. He had to rip that deal up, and he'd be lucky to get that something like that deal himself, which I don't think he's going to get. All he does is like threaten people, and I think John Mearsheimer, one of these guys, said that like it always gets worse as it's coming to an end, as the empire's coming to an end, because it's almost like gasping for air. I think maybe it's the end of white supremacy. I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, maybe it's the same thing. I remember, I think Pat Buchanan wrote about the death of the West, so he was kind of predicting it a long time ago. Yeah, I call it psychotherapy in an empire because in my job, uh, I see a lot of people who are not doing so well in the empire. They're not. They don't have power and money. They're not billionaires. They're mostly trying to survive, and it's a very different vantage point of our country from their vantage point. And I think this video, like a lot of other videos, this is a topic I'm going to want to revisit. So, thank you.